when you left, it was a hole in my soul. Now is whole until the Super Bowl.
Hey YouTube, you're watching the second episode. This is the week 2 edition of Let's Have Some Football, and I want to start the episode by talking about last week. I thought it was a pretty interesting week. In week 1, I have some opinions on the Pittsburgh at Cincinnati game. This is a game that I watched here at the Sandyfrank place, and wow. The only thing I can say is talk about snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Wow. The Bengals really blew that game, and that was not a game that I picked, but man, crazy. What a crazy way for the Bengals to lose. Getting an extra point blocked that would have won the game, missing field goals, and ultimately, this was the most boneheaded play that the Bengals had. Was not they punted the ball. They could have ran off 15 extra seconds, and instead they punt the ball, give Pittsburgh an extra 15 seconds to get down, just enough time to kick a last-second field goal. So, man, that was a bad loss for Cincinnati. And that really stings, I think, for Cincinnati fans. And that was definitely a game that I've been thinking about this week. Also, the next game I watched was the Chiefs game, and I was very impressed. Kansas City at Arizona. Kansas City looked fantastic. That is my team, I will say that. Yes, I'm going to talk about them. Was very impressed. They looked amazing. Patrick Mahomes looked like vintage Patrick Mahomes. They didn't seem to be missing Tyreek Hill that much. I think that trade was a great trade because it shored up other things that they needed, and it shored up the defense a little bit, I think, and the offensive line. And man, they looked in mid-season form that first game. And I'll talk about them a little bit more later. So big win. They scored the most points of anybody this week, week 1, and looked fantastic. And I actually picked Arizona in that game because I thought the Chiefs would get off to a really slow start this year, trying to figure out how to move the ball without their top 2 or 3 receivers from last year. So kudos to the Chiefs. Very happy with that win. I was very pleased. And I'll happily take the loss on that one. And I watched some of the the Tampa Bay at Dallas game. That was pretty terrible. Wasn't a very fun game to watch. A bunch of field goals, and Dallas looks very poor. And I actually picked that game, got that game right. I picked Tampa Bay over Dallas. But overall, it was a pretty bad week for me picking games. I also watched the Denver at Seattle game, and I will say I was pretty shocked at Seattle winning that game. I definitely felt like the Broncos were the stronger team, and I figured Russell Wilson would go over there and make them regret trading him, but they really didn't look that great. And Seattle, Geno Smith looked really good, I thought. Maybe this is just first game hype, and plus they were at home, but I was pretty shocked to see Seattle beat Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Another really good game was the San Diego Las Vegas. I'm not saying I got both of those team names wrong. Los Angeles Chargers, Las Vegas Raiders, and San Diego won that game. It was a good game. The AFC West is for real. So let's talk about my picks. So my I'm my plan is to pick 3 games and then pick the Chiefs game also. So that's 4 games a week. So how I did, I picked New England over Miami. That was a loss. New England did not look very good that game. Miami definitely better, and that's a big win for Miami in the AFC East. I picked Green Bay over Minnesota. Minnesota looked very good. Green Bay looked terrible. Already a lot of dissent in Green Bay, and so I started off 0-2 on my picks. I picked Arizona over the Chiefs. That was a loss, so I missed my first 3 picks, and then I did pick Tampa Bay. So I went 1-3 on my picks. And if I count my Survivor League pick, the Survivor League, guess what, guys? It's already over. I won. We had 4 entries, including mine. I picked the Baltimore Ravens. They did win, no problem against the Jets. Estella Reynolds picked New England. Of course, I picked New England as well, and they lost. Shake It Up, they picked San Francisco. They lost. And Winto picked Cincinnati, and we talked about that game. Really tough loss there for Winto. So I won the Survivor League, but since it's already over in 1 week, I thought this would go a few weeks. We're going to just reboot. So everybody starts clean. You can pick whatever teams you want, but you can only pick the team once. And so, guys, down in the comments, even though the game is already over, I'm going to reboot it and we'll start again in week 2. Plus, we got to see what the teams look like. So we will surely do better on our picks in week 2. So, first of all, I'm going to talk about my picks this week. Oh, let's talk about first the Thursday night game. Whew, man, that was a very rough one to watch as a Chiefs fan for most of the game. The offense did not look as good as they did the first week, but this is, by the way, the Kansas City, Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs home opener. Mahomes definitely looked a little rusty. This is more of what I thought they would look like at the beginning of the year. But the pick six, 14-point turnaround as I'm going to call them San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert had them at the Chiefs goal line, throwing it to the end zone, 1st and goal, pick six. Chiefs, that's a 14-point turnaround. That's such a huge play to try to overcome for the Chargers. The Chargers definitely, I think, had the upper hand in that game to that point, but you cannot overcome a 14-point turnaround. You were about to score 7, and it turns into 7 going the other way. So that was the defense. Watson, the rookie, Jalen Watson, I think is his name, or Jaden Watson, one of those two. A rookie gets the big play, picks off Herbert, runs it all the way back for a touchdown, and awesome. Very happy. Chiefs go on to hold on to win. They did not look good, but a huge AFC West win. So, yay, Chiefs are 2-0. So, when I do my picks, I'm actually going to have to pick a different team besides the Chiefs because I can't. We're not allowed to pick Thursday night games. So, here's my official picks for week 2. So, I am picking Baltimore. The Miami Dolphins are at Baltimore. I'm going with Baltimore in that game. I think Miami is going to be a little bit too overconfident, and Baltimore, I think, is going to have a pretty solid win that game. The next game that I'm picking is the Tampa Bay at New Orleans game. Both teams 1-0. By the way, Miami and Baltimore both 1-0. Congratulations to those teams. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Both teams 1-0. I am going to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks at New Orleans as the winner. Tampa Bay's already shown they're a great road team, and I don't quite believe in New Orleans. So I think Tom Brady gets the job done at New Orleans in the Big Easy, and I will take Tampa Bay in that game. The next game is Minnesota at Philadelphia. This is a battle of two 1-0 teams. This is one of 4 games that were two 1-0 teams playing each other. The fourth one was the Chiefs, the Chargers at the Chiefs, and the Chiefs prevail. This is the last one. Minnesota at Philadelphia. Big game. Very interesting to see how this goes. I actually think Philadelphia looked really good their first game, and they are definitely enjoying the addition of A.J. Brown. Really good receivers on that team. So Jalen Hurts has a lot of stuff to work with, and I think that team is definitely on the rise, and I am going to take Philadelphia over Minnesota at home. So that's my 4 picks. Or no, 3 picks. And then instead of picking the Chiefs game, I'm going to pick the Chicago at Green Bay game, just because the Green Bay is kind of like my second favorite team. So since I can't pick the Chiefs game, I'm going to I'll take Green Bay at home, rebounding against Chicago, even though Chicago did come off a big win their first game. But I just don't see Green Bay laying down at home after that loss that first week. So I think they're going to come out very focused, and I think they'll win handily. So my picks: Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, and Green Bay. We'll see if we can improve on the terrible start. Okay, now for the Survivor League. Now, this is going to be the exact same. We're just forget week 1 happened. Everybody's back in. I'm going to do a giveaway of a Patrick Mahomes PSA graded card, just the same as before. It's not going to be any of these cards that you see up here. These are ones in my personal collection. It's going to be another one, but it is a PSA graded Patrick Mahomes card. And whoever survives the Survivor pool wins it. And I'm opening this up to international contestants and United States, because it doesn't really cost that much to ship a PSA graded card. So here's the rules. You can only pick a team 1 time, and you have to pick 1 team to win. They can't tie. So like, there was a tie week 1. There were sisters kissed. Houston and Indianapolis tied. So if your team ties, that's not a win. You have to pick a team that wins week 1. Or sorry, week 2. And you cannot pick that team again after this. So let's see how many weeks we can keep this going. And this is how you make your pick. Go down in the comments, like and subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. That's how you're eligible to be in the giveaway. Like the video and comment, and somewhere in the comment put down, let's have some football. My pick is, enter your pick right there. You know, if you're picking the Chiefs, you can't pick the Chiefs though. Cannot pick Thursday night game. Has to be Sunday or Monday night games. Just put in there somewhere in the comments, let's have some football. My pick is Kansas City Chiefs. You can't put New York. You have to put the actual team name, because there's 2 different New Yorks. So I'm thinking of loopholes that people might try to pull. You have to put your full team name in there, so we have good picks. So my Survivor pick, official pick. So you're also playing against me. So if I win, I get to keep my card. If one of you guys wins, I'm sending you the card. So this is a giveaway. So my official week 2 Survivor pick, I am picking the Cincinnati Bengals to defeat the Dallas Cowboys at Dallas. And this will be the only time I'm able to pick Cincinnati. I'm using my Cincinnati pick this week. So there's the results from the week 1. It's already over. I won. So let's start a new one. So Survivor League. Sandyfrank picking Cincinnati Bengals. And again, first week, we're just throwing it out since it's already over. So, Estella, if you're playing, you can pick New England again. Everybody can pick this week. Just does not exist. So, I'm picking Cincinnati Bengals, and then we'll add in whoever puts in eligible picks, and let's play. Let's see who wins. And with that, let's have some football.